Shalom. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the 144,130 left of the nation of Israel. And my brother Kabash from the GMS Atlanta camp. I'm here with the whole fair to find less through the spirit of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah Kodash, to feed, hopefully let with this word through the spirit of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And in this lesson, I'm going to get into this article by Stefan Milovanovic, source of Geek Spin. It says FDA announces, which FDA stands for Food Drug Administration, corporation within America that gives the okay to food and water and whatnot, to the masses of the people in America to make sure the foods are safe and edible to eat, which they've been doing a lousy job anyway since the 1800s, because that's when they start processing food around that time, doing social experiments on it to see how much poison they can put in food and to see the outcome of it over a duration of time. I forgot the project of it, but Lord will, I can pull that back up. I think I did a video on it, but the FDA is very well known of the wicked things that goes in the process of making these foods, including these beverages and also plain old water. The farmers, they are USDA, FDA restricted on how they can grow their cattle, their livestock, how they can fertilize their land. All of the farmland in America is polluted, whether by the chemtrails or by the farmers intentionally putting unlawful poison like pesticides on the crops and whatnot, the so-called keep bugs away. And what they're feeding their cattle, like I said, that's harming the cattle, and then they abusing the cattle and the chickens and whatnot. Not only with the food that the animals normally don't eat, but also how they're keeping the animals as far as on the farm, the living conditions. They're not giving the land Sabbath. That's a part of the law, and they go show you who's running the earth, and that's the so-called white man. Because if King Solomon was running the earth, he was running the whole known world at one time, which all the whole world, not the Western Hemisphere, but the Eastern Hemisphere was really the known world at that time, and not America, which is over here in the Western Hemisphere, and other civilizations that's over here in the West. Everything was over there in the East, and everything was in line as King Solomon used his wisdom to do according to the scriptures. He kept the laws, statutes, and commandments. Besides the high holy days, he kept the land Sabbath and whatnot, which that's the world being ruled under a righteous king. But this king, besides the other kings that's following suit of this main king I'm talking about, which is Esau, the so-called white man, he's ruling the world in wickedness. And this article proves it. It says FDA announces recall of 38,000 gallons of water sold in 6 states, which is probably the whole 50. This is distilled water, which distilled water is good. You can add minerals to it. Other water is supposed to have minerals to it, but you saw me lying on the label. They've been doing that since the late 1800s, 19th century. Um, Esau, he's been doing this for centuries, man. So he lying. And then look at the people today. The hospitals is filled with people going to the hospital for sickness because of some diet that they was on their whole life, and now they ill, and they going to run to see Esau. But this is his medical operation too. These medical industry, these hospitals, these doctors, they are with the devil too. Job 13 verse 4 proves that. He's a physician of no value, forgers of lies. Now he's poisoning everything. You would think the man wise, but he's not. No, he hoard up a lot of good foods and stuff like that. Esau knows, man, what is good food and bad food. But Esau has a plan, but his plan would not work. He's trying to annihilate billions of people and only keep 500 million on the earth to restart the world all over again through those people, which is not going to happen like it did in the time of Noah and his 3 sons and their wives. Esau thinks he's the chosen people, but he's not. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple of scriptures. You see, even these waters that they sell and make it think that it's safe to drink is really goddamn poison. And Esau known for poisoning foods, like I said, since the 19th century. It's a documentary on that. But everybody thinks that the so-called white man can be saved. That's a goddamn lie. It says right here, the stakes are higher with distilled water. Unlike spring or purified drinking water, distilled water serves specific medical purposes. Like I said, you got minerals to it, where purity isn't optional but critical. The CDC explicitly warns people to use only distilled, sterile, or boiled water in net type pots for sinus rinses because tap water can harbor brain-eating amoebas. Yeah, the water, the tap water ain't good no more like it used to be in the 90s. And even then, they probably was too late telling us, because then they start telling people, boil your water. It says CPAP machine manufacturers strongly recommend it for the use of humidifier chambers to help sleep apnea patients breathe at night. Tap water used in this case causes mineral buildup that can damage the equipment and create bacteria growth. Okay, it says the recalled water was sold at Meijer stores across 6 Midwest states: Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan, and Wisconsin. The FDA said consumers should know, it's like it should not drink. These damn people typing these articles, they be off like a mud, man. The FDA said consumers should not drink or use the water. Consumers can discard the product or return it to a Meijer store for a full refund or replacement. No additional details were released about the source of the contamination, but the FDA said the recall remains under review. So you're not telling us how it's contaminated and what's in it that's making it contaminated. It goes to show you, man, this devil's at work, and then 10,000 people done already drunk it. Yeah, Esau's a fucking menace, man. So right here it says Matthew chapter 24, verse 22. Except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. That's why you see these days going by so quick. We just, man, 2023 was like right there. Like you can walk around the corner and see 2024. These years been passing by so quick, and even the long days seems like it's not in comparison to the long days back 10 years ago, 20 years ago. The long days is like it's like it's like waking up, going to work at 9 and getting off at 2:00. Days used to be longer. But now it's like, man, as soon as you wake up, it's time for the next day again. And I ain't talking about that day you just woke up, but as soon as your feet touch the floor, the next day is almost here. You count from high noon, and then it's 3, 4, 5 o'clock. That's it. It's a wrap. Your day over with. Especially on these jobs. And prophecies coming to pass. Like it says, things that would have took decades to do, now it only takes weeks to do. Especially what's going on with these wars involving America, Russia, Ukraine, and Iran about to join in. China is in this trade war with America. Venezuela was going on down there. Then Trump talking about fighting the cartel in Mexico. It's going to be a war over there, if not already. And then China is threatening America. And then Trump threatening Iran. For hanging his protesters, killing his protesters, which that's all propaganda. It's not even real. And this really is going to usher in that new world order even more quicker. So the Lord shortened the days for the elect's sake, man. That's why these days are shorter. This is the book of Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, said the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the praise. As the Lord already know what hell we're going through. He know how we're suffering under this damn devil, which is a prey in the Lord's eyes. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth should be devoured with the fire of my justice. And that fire is talking about those nuclear missiles that's going to be used in this World War III. So the Lord's coming back to pay Esau back for what he's doing, not only to Israel, but also the rest of his creation. Because the Lord made this world to be inhabited forever. For Israel's sake, his people. Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. And we need that fire, not only to destroy our enemies, but also to replenish the earth. Because lava, it refreshes the earth, the water, and bring in more land, fertilized land. That hot lava from the volcanoes. It's not just there to burn up stuff. So the Lord's going to clean the world when he bring those nuclear missiles in those chariots. Is going to fire those lasers out of those chariots. Just like in the movie World to World with Tom Cruise in it. And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly should be stubble. Yeah, Esau deserved to be burnt up. You niggas talking about saving him. Nah, man, look what he doing to Jake in Flint, Michigan. And they had to take Michael Fahrenheit to bring out that movie about Jake drinking dirty water in Detroit. And all that money. Niggas voting for Obama. But this nigga bypassed y'all niggas in Detroit and made sure he didn't put no money into cleaning the water. So y'all niggas can die slower, even die quicker, because the Crown 19 came in. A lot of niggas started dropping dead because, you know, not only it was poison, but also pre-condition, pre-medical conditions that Jake was suffering from. They never even tackled or even got a chance to reverse and cure those illnesses that they had before the Crown 19 jump shot. And Esau be knowing these things, man, just like everywhere else, man. And Jake we mainly stay near worse areas, man, whether it's a damn creek or some type of rundown land, wasteland. And Esau purposely did that. The Lord's about to pay him back, man. The Lord's about to set us amongst princes and take us away from the dunghill, like it says in 1 Samuel chapter 2, I think around the 6th verse. It says, "In the day that cometh shall burn them up, said the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch." Verse 2, "But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of righteousness arise." And that Son is talking about Yahushua. The Son is symbolic for, or shall I say figuratively, talking about a light. And that light is who? Yahushua. Like it says in John chapter 1. And it says, "But unto you that fear my name, which is the hopefully elect, shall the Son of righteousness arise with healing in his wings. And ye should go forth and grow up as calves of the stall." Yeah, because the Lord's going to change us in the twinkling of an eye from these sickly, weak, mortal flesh that we have into immortal bodies. Like it says in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, I think around the 52nd verse. And also in the book of Mark, it says we should drink poison and live. So the Lord's having mercy on us because we don't meet these farmers. We don't gather in a town hall meeting, let alone do we have the time to. We don't meet these farmers and, these producers of these waters and crops and stuff like that, the food they go in the grocery store face to face and have some type of mutual relationship with them. Nah. We go to work and we go to the grocery store trusting in the FDA, the USDA, the government to approve these foods of being edible. And so far, the Lord kept these devils for doing more damage than they already done, so the hopefully let could be evidence to the Lord showing who are his chosen in these last days. Because if it weren't for the Lord, we'll be consumed, like it says in Malachi chapter 3. So the Lord is helping us, man. The Lord said we should drink poison and live, not intentionally going out and getting stuff that's bad for you to eat and drink, like Coca-Cola and all that candy and soda and just eat chips and fast food every day. Nah, the Lord said a wise man will look, should regard his diet. Because we got to eat to live. It's that curse that the Lord put on Adam. Now, we don't live to eat, we eat to live. And the Lord said the herbs was made for man, Psalms 104. I got tea right now that I'm about to sip on. With rosemary, cinnamon, peppermint leaves, cilantro leaves. Don't drink it before you go to bed or drink it in the morning. You don't drink tea 3 times a day, depending on which benefit you're trying to receive from the tea. And you're in good. I'll tell you, I've been doing this for years, man. And the elders have been too. Our apostle elders, Great Millstone, they've been doing it too, and it works. Tell you, it works, man. For all type of problems. We really don't need Esau unless it's some type of real trauma, broken bone or something like that. But other than that, though, the Lord got us, man. So, yeah, that's all I had on this lesson. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, man. So with that, I'm going to say, call Allah Yahweh Shem Shah, Bashem Wakal Kadash, Quant to the Hopefully Let, Shalom.